Hello everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of Zelda Outlands. When we last left off, we had just entered level S and finished off the enemies in the entrance room here. So we had a nice easy place to start. Level S here consists of 3 different parts. We have a 4-room section, and then we go to a 5-room section, and then we finish it off with a 6-room section. So, pretty straightforward dungeon, no real gimmicky things to it, just some tough enemies to deal with, but overall, not that bad of a dungeon. Finally defeating this dungeon is going to do a whole lot for us. One, we're finally going to get our 12th heart container, which will allow us to pick up the Master Sword and the Magic Wand. And then when we go pick up the Magic Wand, since we're going to be somewhat in the neighborhood, we can go to the red path. We can get the final overworld heart container, and we can also just pop into level 9. Level 9, like in the first quest, there's a few rooms we can visit before we have all the Tetrarch fairies to open up the pathway deep into the dungeon. And I just want to do a quick little jaunt into level 9 to show you what Zelda says if you try to go into the dungeon without the entire collection of fairies. So he didn't get to show that off in the first quest. So the dialogue that Zelda gives. So besides, Bubble's making things a little bit difficult. So kind of annoying, but oh well. The bubbles, even though they don't cause a lot of damage, they do make things annoying because they slow down your progress. And there's a little medal that would have been nice, because it would have basically nullified the bubbles and their effect. These trap rooms here, let's take out these blob enemies. And we're going to head south to clear out the 2 little sections, the 2 rooms in this section down here. And then we'll get to the warp and finish out the final sections. As you can see, my archery abilities has not improved over the last episode. Key. And head over to this little room over here. And what do we got? Ooh, we got another bomb bag. So, bomb bag upgrade number 3. 1 more to go. So we're going to be down basically to no rupees almost, which is good time for us to visit the red path, which we'll do after this dungeon. Because the red path, similar to in the first quest, is going to have a bunch of Garudas, hidden Garuda rooms, that'll basically just steal 20 rupees every time we visit. So, might as well visit them when we have no rupees. Really is no reason to visit them, but like I said, since I'm 100%ing it and showing everything off, I'm also going to show off the negative things. So. And here in the final section, there's 6 more rooms to clear out, and it's pretty much more of the same. Dark nuts, bubbles, and just slowly but steadily clearing rooms out. Take the terrain to our advantage. Whoop. Finish these guys off. Good thing the red bubbles are kind of grouping over there and staying where they're not in our way. Except for that one who's sneaking his way up. And the blue one had to, of course, sneak into where the red bubbles were. Want to make sure that we're getting all the keys, even though we're not necessarily going to be using all the keys in this dungeon, because remember, when we do eventually make the final approach to level 9, we're going to have to have at least 4 keys from other dungeons to be able to open up the doors there that we need to eventually get the magical key. So these guys can kind of walk on water, I guess. But that's a weird room to place them in. So, not much more to go. If there's a... Ooh, that was a good shot. And my archery has increased a little bit, so... And we got another one of these rooms that we're going to be forced to go into to be able to progress the way we need to in those X rooms. We gotta go to the right, but entering from the left of the room means that we, when we push the block, it blocks off the way we have to go, and Hack seems to like to force you then to go either north or south. The ways open to you, and they tend to put you in a room with a whole bunch of enemies and lock the door behind you, forcing you to have to defeat all those enemies and potentially take quite a bit of damage. Luckily, these guys, they do drop hearts at a pretty decent rate, so hopefully we can gain back a lot of that life that we lost. Probably would have been smarter of me to use some bombs on these enemies. Obviously, the bombs will do more damage than the white sword, and can hit more than one at a time with the blast radius. Push that block, and door opens up. And now we can finally head on over to the boss monster, which is just going to be 8-splitting Dig Dogger. That's a badly placed bomb. I'm going to try to place the bomb basically on the sprite. So hopefully these guys cooperate and go pretty good there. Let's see if we can blow more up. That was nice. They all just moved right into the second bomb. So now we're in the fairy room. Just take out these final few tick-tight enemies. And as you can see, all that talk about, hey, maybe my archery did improve, was obviously false, because it took more than enough shots. But like I said, we're going to the red path, and we're going to be losing a bunch of rupees there anyway, so the fact that we wasted someone on archery doesn't really matter, so. But there we go, we pick up our 6th Tetrarch Fairy. Just pop back into the dungeon. There's the 4, 5, and 6 rooms, sections. So the map is totally completed. Just gotta finish off these P-hat enemies, and the exit is through the north here. Boink. And speaking of north, we want to always turn these armor statues alive by hitting them from the north. You never want to hit them from the south. South is just the south causes damage, so. Let's head on over here to finally pick up the Master Sword. As soon as this guy spawns, the Master Sword. Have ye what it takes? Absolutely, because we now have 12 hearts. And the 12 hearts is also what we need to wield the magic wand. So let's go pick that up. Same location as it was in the first quest, near where the first quest level 4 was. And in this quest where we picked up the white sword and the magical shield, we're still rocking. Haven't lost it at all, so we've been lucky. None of the blob like enemies have eaten us, so. The overworld is so much nicer with the magical sword, because we can just take out most enemies in one hit. Not really worried about defeating enemies and farming them for rupees, because like I said, we're going to the red path, and we're just going to waste all those rupees when we uncover all those Garuda who despise what we did again. And let's pop on in here, and only the hero may wield this staff. well, Chloe's a hero because she defeated the Thunderbird in the last quest, and she's a hero in this quest, even though it hasn't been finished yet, because she now has the 12 hearts needed. So we'll make a longer jaunt into this red path area. Here's where we got Begu's letter, and we'll encounter the person who gives the clue to search that screen a little bit later here. That clue is given further along the red path, so. Now, eventually we're going to have to come back and do the red path again later when we go to level 9 for good. So we're just going to clear out as many enemies as we can, just leave one alive, so that when we actually do make the final stroll through this area, we don't have a lot of enemies to deal with and necessarily have to deal with potentially losing life. So, let's take these guys out. Ooh, a little aggressive there, but get the bombs. And we're going to use a bomb over here, just like in the first quest. We have a hidden cave here. And like the first quest, it's also going to contain an angry Gerudo. That sounds like a cool, maybe a Zelda tribute band. Angry Gerudo. I do not play any instruments, so I can't use it. But hey, if you are a musician and you're looking to have a band name, feel free to steal it off me. Push that block. Be able to then, of course, head deeper into the red path. The illusionary tree clue still functions. Of course, it's still in play. Whoop, it came out. Push this block. What we got here? Begu lives 3 fields south of here. And if you, like I say, if you're looking at your map, it puts you on that screen where we ended up getting Begu's letter several episodes ago. And the weak little blob is the only one to survive. We Gerudo despise what you did to Ganon. So take 20 rupees, but you're only getting 12 off me this time, which is a lot less than your next buddy is going to get, because we don't have any rubies right now. So one of the good things about the second quest is, near level 9, there's actually going to be a medicine shop nearby. So on this screen right here, if we burn the bush in the upper left corner, that's actually a medicine shop. So while going through level 9, if we need to make a beat feat and escape, we can always come back a few screens and pick up some medicine. There wasn't a convenient medicine shop in the first quest, so we gotta more rely on just the medicine we took into the dungeon. Level 9 is getting close by here. It's a little more hidden than it was in the first quest. But still here on the red path. And it is right here, but we're going to have to use our ocarina to just make that tree there that's very suspicious there in the indent to disappear. But before we do that, let's get the final heart container. Head over to this screen, push that block, jump on in, and here we get the final overworld heart container. So the remaining 3 will be in the 2 dungeons we have yet to defeat. The 2 fairy dungeons and then level 9. So, pretty interesting thing there to throw a heart container in dungeon 9. So none of the base Zelda games did that. In addition to the weapon shop, the medicine shop, another way to refill life in this area is to just defeat these bats that are basically pea hats. They drop a lot of hearts as well. Their common drops is hearts. So, and if you defeat all the enemies on the screen, defeat all of them, and then you jump into a dungeon, they will automatically entirely respawn. So you just defeat all of them before you go into level 9, and if you need to make a jump out of level 9, they'll all be right there waiting for you. So, poor Gerudo over there. He despises what we did to Gan. He also probably despises what we just did to him. We entered his shop, or his home, and with 0 rubies, so he didn't get to steal any of our rubies. Poor guy. Literally, I guess, because he has none of our money, so. Here we are, level 9. So, well, for some reason it's called level C. I don't know what the C stands for. So, I mean, Outlands obviously spells Outlands. Maybe C might be the creator's initial. So. But here's, what does Zelda say if we don't come in here without the fairies? To break this seal, we need every fairy.